Hey guys, it's the Fujo Fairy here, coming at you with another video. I am finally filming my 100 subscribers special where I do a Q&A. I posted a video a couple weeks ago asking you guys to give me some questions that I'll answer in this video. Sorry, it kind of took a little bit longer than I said it was going to be. I've been kind of busy, school started, and I have homework and all that shit. But I have a little bit of a break today, so I was like, okay, let me just sit down and film this video. There wasn't many questions, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get started with the questions. If you see me looking this way, I just have my iPad over here with the questions up, so that's why I'm looking that way. So the first question is, what got me into collecting manga? So I've been an anime fan for a very long time. Definitely since like middle school. I've been watching anime, a lot of anime all the time. I was very into it throughout middle school and some of high school. I dropped off a little bit toward the end of high school, just because I was a little bit embarrassed. I know other people who are weebs can kind of get it. I never actually told anybody that I was into anime. I was just kind of kept it to myself. So it wasn't like something that I've talked about a lot with other people. So at the end of high school, I kind of stopped watching anime a little bit, and then I started college. So my freshman year of college, um, I, I guess I ended up just kind of getting back into anime again. Um, Even though it was only like a little like year, 2 year break from it, I got back into anime. I started enjoying it a lot, and that's when I started discovering what manga was. I've always seen manga all around. If you're part of the anime community, you already know what manga is. But I was never really interested in it until I was in college, and I was like, I really love anime, and and I really want to know more about certain animes that just never had a season 2, especially during those times. Most animes never got a season 2, not like today where a lot of them are getting season 2, season 3s. Honestly, complete animes like Fruits Basket soon is going to be. I mean, it's crazy to think. I remember watching the original Fruits Basket and be like, oh my god, I wish there was more. Now that I have the manga, I still need to sit down and finish it, but I have been watching the anime and it's so good. So but yeah, so then I started watching more anime YouTubers, especially when I was in college. I started watching more anime tubers, like Joey, the Anime Man, Giguk, and some other people I don't remember exactly. Some of them I stopped watching, some of them I still watch. I still watch the Anime and Giguk, and I watch their Trash Taste podcast. It's actually like one of my favorite things to watch. But from Joey, he talked about manga here and there, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't know much about it. So I started watching manga videos on YouTube, like manga hauls and just like all that kind of stuff, and that's really what got me into collecting manga. I was like, you know what? I love anime and all that stuff, so I really want to start collecting as well. But before I did start collecting, I did used to read. I hate to say it, but I mean, everyone does it before they really start collecting. I did read scans. At that time, I did read quite a few scans. The first manga I think I ever read from start to finish was Boys Over Flowers. A roller coaster ride. If you've read Boys Over Flowers, you know exactly how crazy that series is. It is way too long. I remember loving it, but feeling like it was like a roller coaster of emotions. If you've read it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was the first thing. And then I started collecting. My first manga I think I ever bought was volume 1 of My Hero, actually. Yeah, it was volume 1 of My Hero, and volume 1 of Naruto, because Naruto was like one of the first animes that I got, so I was like, oh, I have to have volume 1 at least. And I got My Hero as well. This was before the anime and everything too. Like, there was no anime for My Hero or nothing. This was like, I got I think the first volume just released at that time, so I was picking it up as they were releasing. I recently sold them, like all the My Hero that I had, but definitely was one of the first manga that I bought. All right, so the next question that somebody asked me was, how did I get into BL? So BL is another thing that well, BL manga. So BL manga I didn't get into, like I said, until I was freshman in college. But BL specifically, I started watching BL the same time that I started getting really heavily into anime, which was middle school, freshman, high school, like that time. So I was like, I don't know, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I was very, very heavily into it. Before that, I had watched Naruto in elementary school, middle school. I kept watching Naruto as a kid, as I was growing up with my brothers. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so I started watching BL anime by accident. One of the first things that really got me into BL were these, like, they're not really BL, but they have like BL undertones. Princess was a BL anime that got me really heavily into BL. I don't know if you guys remember Princess. I don't even know if it was really BL. I think it was just like an all boys. It was like an anime about an all boys school, and the three prettiest boys in school would dress up as girls for the other kids. It's been a very long time since I watched that anime, but it was one of the first BL-esque, I don't think it's really BL, but BL-esque anime. So from there, I'm like, oh my god, I want more of this gay stuff. So I looked up on YouTube, and if you know the side of YouTube that I'm talking about, where everything, like, they have like literally a lot, I think they still do it. So I started watching Pop It a Kiss in the Dark, Tyrant in Love, I think, is the other one, and there's another one with a teacher and some student. I don't remember the names exactly, but those things got me into BL. As problematic as they are, especially Pop It a Kiss in the Dark, like, I could do a whole review on just that one. It's fucking crazy that I was in middle school watching this stuff when I really should not have been watching it. But yeah, those things got me into BL. I tried to watch as much BL anime as I can. You know, I watched Ginger Romantica. After that, I watched Ginger Romantica. What was the other one? I don't remember. There was a bunch at that time that were out, and I watched them. There isn't much BL anime in general. So when I started getting also into more reading manga, I started wanting to get into, let me just move this up, more into BL manga as well. So I read, you know, the ones that I really liked, you know, that I really liked. I'm trying to remember what was the first one that really got me into it. I don't remember exactly what was the first BL. I can remember some of the first ones. I don't remember the exact ones. Definitely his favorite was one that I read. Oh, Awkward Silence was another one that I read during this time that I really enjoyed. And it was so long ago, it's very hard to remember. Those two definitely got me into it. One trope that especially his favorite, was definitely up there in one of my favorite type of BLs. I'm really into the trope of like ugly looking characters who are actually like super sweet and super nice. It's like one of my favorite tropes in anime and manga and stuff like that. So those things definitely really got me into BL manga. So let me read the next questions. Do you remember your first BL yaoi manga that hooked you up for the first time? Yeah, that I really don't. I know the first ones I've read was, like I said, what was it? His favorite, Awkward Silence was one of the first ones, and something Journey. I think it's in English. I just don't remember something journey. It's like with the guy with the glasses, and they have this really toxic relationship. They break up, get together. That was another one that I actually also really got me into BL. I've always been a BL fan my entire life. Fujo from the great beginnings. But yeah, when I was also in college, I didn't buy too much BL as well. A lot of the BL that I read was, unfortunately, I feel bad that I'm saying this, but it's true. A lot of the BL that I read was online. Even though I was 18, I live in a Hispanic household. And if you're Hispanic, you already know 18 means nothing. You're still a child. So all right, let's see. The last question is, where do you highly suggest to get more BL manga? So, I guess sites that I like to use, I definitely suggest, if you're especially in your US, Canada, what is that? Right Stuff Anime is a great place to get BL manga. They always have pretty good deals. Even on their hentai, they actually have pretty good deals every once in a while. Just look on their website, and then for Yaoi Day, which is August 1st, they usually have a really, really good deal. So Sublime Manga is one of my favorites when it comes to BL. Obviously, they do the most out of the other names. June is the second one. They do pretty good, but then sometimes they take a while to release things. And if you're just looking for some random BL as well, you can definitely check out like eBay. A lot of places, a lot of people have just like, sometimes they sell their whole BL collection for like 20 bucks. I've seen it on eBay quite a few times. And some of that stuff is pretty good. Blue is another publisher, BL publisher, but I think they're out of, yeah, I don't think they're out of business. They're like not in business anymore. I have like 1 or 2 volumes from that specific name. Amazon is also pretty good. And ABE books.com and Thrift Books is another place that you can get manga for pretty good prices. But definitely check out Amazon, or you can just go to, if you want a Sublime specific, you can go straight to Sublime to get BL manga. Or what is it called? eRenta also has, these are online. eRenta is online, like they're online books, so they're not physical. But they have quite a good selection of BL manga. And oh my god, I'm remembering all these names. And Futakiya. Oh my god. Not a lot of people talk about Futakiya, but it's so good. It is a subscription service. You only pay like $7 a month. And they have all this manga that you can read. It's also another like online, but it's 100% worth it. $7 for all the BL you can read, and they have a good amount. They have definitely over 100 titles on there, all really good, and they're always adding, like almost every week. I follow them on Instagram, and I read the manga, and they always add some good SBL. So let's see, and yeah, I think that's all the questions I had, and hopefully I answered all of them well enough. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it, and have a great day. See you later. Bye.